So let's see. I did write.
Glasses,
What's that? Glasses.
glasses.
Just about. In fact, I was rushing around to find them just before this. Now, I did write a poem today. Let's see. Where is it? Not today. Yesterday I wrote it. So here it is. Let's see. Maybe I'll put myself in the middle of the.
I'm trying to get out of too much light behind me.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So here's my poem from the other day. Brisk early morning. I didn't want to sleep anymore. It's a new day, a new place. Now I'm sitting in a garden at Ananda, a Yogananda retreat center.
Oh my God.
Ananda means joy. In front of me is a statue of Jesus. He is incongruously sitting Indian lotus style. Yogananda loved Jesus. Oh, I forgot to say this is in 4 parts. So that was part 1. Number 2. All the great beings probably know each other, somehow or other. Maybe they play cards together in some eternal place. Ordinariness is sometimes the holiest. Number 3. I take my old stiff body to yoga class. If the body is a temple of the soul, have I done a good job with mine? Oh well, Jesus taught forgiveness. Any small movement can elicit the soul. Number 4. Later, walking among the other statues, Babaji, the deathless guru, the 2 great teachers of Yogananda. Fallen pine cones lie on the ground. Mushrooms pop up through the leaves of grass. I take a breath, suddenly taken by the sacredness all around me. And for a slender moment, I'm there with the eternals. I'll take that any day.
Very nice. Clever.
Well, yeah, I haven't been up there. I just know about it.
It's nice. Yeah. Kind of
Yeah, yeah.
Sierra
So,
Nevada. It's kind of,
yeah. So I'm here.
it's really nice, big buildings there, actually.
Hmm.
Okay. It looks down on the South Yuba River. Just pretty.
Ah,
Okay. So, oh, Barbara liked that poem. She was there with me that retreat weekend. Okay, I'm going to read a couple of my poems from my books, and then we'll get to Glenda's. This one is called Ram. I must be in a spiritual mood today or something. Ram. In India, there is a tradition to say the names of God over and over. 2 of the names are Krishna and Ram. Walking one day, thinking about this, my thoughts are going in circles. Needing to find something that I can hear, I come to my feet walking on the earth, and my breath that is breathing the sky. Now I hear a dove cooing. To my delight, he is saying, I exist. Now the wind says, I wash you with kindness. And since I am near the sea, I hear the waves, and they say, our constancy is love. A tiny black lizard crosses my path. I know also he must be speaking. I lean down and can hear even his tiny voice. He is saying, Ram, Ram, Ram. I like that. I like that poem.
Yeah.
Might be the only one that likes it. Here's the one poem I wrote about my mom. Mom, Mom, Dad told me you wrote poetry when you were young. I wish I had seen them. You left this world early at 59. I was far away in Asia at the time. Now I am nearly 70. A motherless child a long time. I only knew you as Mom, not Edna. I wish I had those poems. I grew up isolated on the side of a mountain. Dad bought the lot because it was cheap. I was lonely a lot. I'm sure you were too. Secretive Scorpio, you didn't say much. I read a story once about an unhappy princess. She went to live in the moon palace. I thought maybe you had gone there while still living on this earth. Anyway, being a housewife in the 50s wasn't very fulfilling. I don't think you wrote any more poems. I feel I didn't get to know you, and maybe a piece of me remains unknown. Soon I'll see you again. Dad said when you died, you got a faraway look in your eyes. You looked peaceful. I hope to find you in that place, and somehow I wish we could write poetry together. But really, I feel there will be a lovely wordlessness there. We'll connect in the brightness, in the beingness that poetry tries to tell us about.
Nice one, John.
Very nice.
Yeah, I thought that came out pretty well.
Yeah.
Sometimes I kind of choke up reading that one.
Very sweet.
Let's see, I'll read one more out of here. Oh, yeah, just for the heck of it. I'll read one from Robert Bly. For Robert Bly. I heard toward the end he'd lost his mind, but he was okay with it. I think he just used every bit of right and left brain until only the spark that brought him here remained. And isn't that a good epitaph for all of us? For us all? He lived in two worlds, which aren't really two at all. His mother taught him poetry. Ever after he loved the delicacy of nature. Also, he felt the grief of never bonding to his father. He examined the consequences of the Industrial Revolution. So many sons longing for their fathers, isolated in offices of commerce. And he rediscovered the wild man, so suitable for his exuberant self. He discovered the paradox that it is the wild man who abhors war. It is he that understands and honors death and grieves the destruction of nature. It is sad at the inability of modern man to feel what it's like to be a real man. I'm sure as he walks the road to heaven, he will meet Stafford there. Together they will entertain the angels who will feel hope for the future of men.
I love the idea that you use up all of your brain left and right, and all you're left is the spark that brought you here. That's a beautiful concept.
Yeah. I've known
Who
a
was
few.
he writing about?
What's that?
Who was he writing about? Was he writing about himself or and another person, or I missed something there?
I was writing about him.
Oh, you were writing about him. Ah, okay. Yeah. Hmm.
I mentioned William Stafford. That was his best friend, another poet.
Oh, yeah, I guess I wondered where that one came from.
Hmm.
Okay.
Kind of.
It didn't matter to the poem, but
Hmm.
Hmm.
I still listen to him on YouTube. He was a good reader of poetry. I don't know if he was a great poet, but he was a good reader of poetry.
Bly or
Bly, yeah.
oh,
Actually, Stafford too. Some of his poems I don't quite get. Well, I'll read one more. I don't think I've ever read this. Admiration. My poem is written. I think it is good. Now I am a prisoner. I will want people to like it. Because I wrote it, I will want people to admire me. The fruit of my labor has become bitter. Maybe I should write no more poems. A little white egret floating down from the sky distracts me from my thoughts. He lands on the top of a large hedge, a bush cut to conform to people's idea of order. I think the scene is a little odd. Don't egrets hunt in water? But he begins that slow stalking walk, peering to see insects or maybe a frog. I'm inspired to write another poem. An egret hunting on the top of a hedge. How can I resist speculating, being amazed? I begin writing and it begins again, the dance of life, forgetting and remembering.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. We'll read Glenda's. She wrote one.
I have to say, it started the first three lines started with the word "I" on this poem you're going to read, and then I had to keep going. I had to keep coming up with lines that started with the word "I." It took forever.
Yeah. Sometimes that's an interesting thing to do, though, to use one word over and over, even if this is
Yeah,
I.
it was a challenge.
All righty. So this is Glenda's poem for the week. He promised an eye. I remember being when I breathed the breath of honeysuckle's guilt. Ooh, okay. I watched the wind abuse the leaves of a maple tree as I laid there in the grass. I felt a drop of rain arrive to be the first to fall. I saw the roses dance and bow to the sun perched overhead. I smiled to hear the fairies sing a song of spring's arrival. I turned a page to write a note of summertime's reply. I closed my eyes to see better the magic brought to life. I spoke to sparrows who'd come to join my party in the grass. I laughed at stories told me by chickadees in black. I wondered who would hear them sing when I have gone away. I knew they'd still be moved to tell their secrets of the day. I thought of all the time that's spent just wishing for one more. I vowed to live this time as just the moment that it's for. I'll not then wish for more than this, a perfect springtime day. I've traveled far enough to touch the promise of such display. I'm here to say I have arrived among the blades of grass. I'll stay and sing to the daffodils to celebrate the sun. I'll dream of days to drench my mind, no apologies to speak. I'll walk the cobbled stones of my life, my heart to light the way. I'll remember today when tomorrow's here, a memory born of time. I'll gather my thoughts and write them down, a promise on the page, on a page. Boy, that was an awful lot of good lines in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you use blades of grass too. I use that in my poem. Maybe I got it from your poem. Little homage
I liked that one,
to
Glenda.
Walt.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes, that was a
It,
great,
it all
great.
started with the honeysuckle's guilt. That's where it came from. The whole thing started with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Was that GILT or GUILT?
UILT. It's guilty. It's a guilty plant because you smell it and then you fall in love with it.
Ah,
Uh, it is a strong fragrance.
My father used to plant them around his house, and he brought some to my house,
Yeah.
so I had that with him.
are you
Yes,
going to read Melanie's?
oh, the one you sent me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at some point, I would love to read from the Runaway Rhymes book that I got, that I showed you a little snip of. It's just the alliteration of all the rhymes and stuff.
Oh,
And it's a very old book.
well, maybe I'll read your friend, and then you can read one if you like.
Okay.
Where are you? You should be up here. Oh, there you are. Okay, so this is by, what's her name? Melanie Green.
Melanie Green. Yeah.
Okay, this is on the refrigerator magnet. Let go and let God. Let be. Let tea and granola. Let haystack rock and emerald green sea. Let storm, wind, and rain. In the swimming pool, let underwater blue. Let hot tub, shower soap, orange scented shampoo. Let skin tingle. Let walking the beach. Let rain dripping, coat dry by the fireplace. Hot chocolate and warm chocolate chip cookie. Let listen. Let exhaustion. Candlelight. Let discipline, not TV. Let the star flecked night. Let sleep. Let waking. The way sunlight fills a room.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It was interesting how she put all those different things together.
Yeah.
You want to read one, Brenda? Of your.
Yeah. It's called Runaway Rhymes, and it's by Alice Higgins. I don't know who she is. Um, and the drawings are by Tom Lamb. But this one is called My Tree. When a baby comes to our house, my father plants a tree. And that is why when I came, he planted one for me. And we have grown together, my little tree and I, among the flowers and the grasses, beneath the same blue sky. And now a little bird has come and nested in the tree. It isn't strange to find my heart is singing here in me.
That's sweet.
Oh, I love that. I love the
Yeah,
cadence of that.
I know. The drawing is just really is this one is in a I don't know if I can show you. Um this is in black and white. Some of them are in color that are just dear. Can I read one more?
Okay.
This one is called Red Shoes. Black shoes for Sunday, brown shoes for play, but red shoes go dancing along a fairy way. Father bought the brown shoes, mother bought the black. The red were made by a wee man with a crooked back. In his little brown fist no tools rose or fell, for he made the red shoes with a magic spell. With a spell, he made them and left them at my door. When I woke, I found them standing on the floor. Brown shoes are sturdy, black shoes are grand, but red shoes go running straight to fairyland.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all just, yeah, they're, I'll show you, I'll bring the book sometime, John, so you can see it.
Oh, you can read some next time too.
Yeah.
Those are sweet. Yeah.
I don't remember how I got the book. Anyway.
I must have grown up with some of those books, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got well, I started enjoying poetry when I took a poetry class in junior college, so it was a little late for me.
I wrote a poem in German. I should find that one. It's kind of a silly poem, but
Well, why don't you save it for next time?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll read a few out of this book by, I don't know how to say his name, Sheshwash Milosh. This is by Joanne Kiger. She was one of the beat poets.
Huh.
And she lived up in Bolinas, which Brenda, you and Barbara will know Bolinas.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a kind of thriving little poetry community there in the 70s, which I wish I knew about because I was just down the road in the 70s.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't. So this is her poem titled And With March, a Decade in Bolinas. Just sitting around, smoking, drinking, and telling stories. The news, making plans, analyzing, approaching the cessation of personality. The single personality understands its demise. Experience of the simultaneity of all human beings on this planet. Alive when you're alive, this seemingly inexhaustible sophistication of awareness becomes relentless and horrible, trapped. How am I ever going to learn enough to get out? The beautiful, soft, and lingering props of the Pacific here. The back door bangs. So we've made a place to live here in the greened out 70s, trying to talk in the tremulous morality of the present. Great breath, I give you great breath.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What's am I going to read? Let's read one by somebody named Wayne Dodd. Of his life. Beside the gravel pile, the lizard warms himself in the dazzling greenness of his life, watching us casually through half-lidded eyes. It is May. Next week, he would have been 57. My daughter holds my hand, 3 years old and ignorant, the air sickness forgotten and the hurried trip and interrupted sleep. Below the road, the white-faced cattle graze in the morning peace. The house is quiet. Inside, his daughters stare unbelieving into coffee cups, unable to imagine the future. My child throws some gravel and the lizard fixes on us with both eyes, but does not run, unwilling to leave the warmth of the sun. I can hear everything so clearly. Years later, she will ask, what was he like, her grandfather? And I will try to remember the greenness of this lizard. He loved the sun so.
Mm.
I think that was a bunch of sad poems. Let's see. There's a one by Antonio Machado. Summer night. A beautiful summer night. The tall houses leave their balcony shutters open to the wide plaza of the old village. In a large deserted square, stone benches, burning bush, and acacias trace their black shadows symmetrically on the white sand. In its zenith, the moon in the tower, the clock's illuminated globe. I walk through the ancient village alone, like a ghost. Let's see. A little one by Thich Nhat Hanh. He was a Buddhist monk. Existence. It is night, rain pelts the roof, the soul awakens to a flooded earth, a sea of storm roaring then passing. In that short moment, shifting lines and shapes, fleeting, barely seen, before the passing moment tilts and falls to melancholy, laughter sounds in quiet raindrops.
Mm.
Maybe I'll read one more of him. Oh, that's kind of long. Village childhood. Now I hear the flower song of areca palms beckoning, slanting sun of late afternoon, fades into awakening heartbeat. Space shifts, feathering into white bird wings. Echoes drift from the old wharf on the riverbank. The rising winds of dusk flutter a white silk dress. The starlings fly, a black bridge across the sky. Reeds on sandbars brush the river. A buffalo calf chases the sinking sun. The ox horn sounds night's summons. Dew falls, smoke rises. Here and there glowing fires under low thatch roofs announce the evening meal. I go out to call you home, but can only see the plucked and tangled veils of emptiness. Okay. Well, let's see. I guess we'll finish with some Marys. At Great Pond. At Great Pond, the sun rising scrapes his orange breast on the thick pines, and down tumble a few orange feathers into the dark water on the far shore. A white bird is standing like a white candle, or a man in the distance, in the clasp of some meditation. While all around me the lilies are breaking open again from the black cave of night. Later I will consider what I have seen, what it could signify, what words of adoration I might make of it. And to do this I will go indoors to my desk. I will sit at my chair. I will look back into the lost morning, in which I am moving now, like a swimmer so smoothly, so peacefully. I am almost a lily, almost a bird vanishing over the water on its sleeves of light. And let's see, got time for one more here. At the shore, this morning, wind, that light-limbed dancer, was all over the sky, while ocean slapped up against the shore's black-beaked rocks. Row after row of waves humped and fringed and exactly different from each other, and above them one white gull whirled slant and fast, then dipped its wings, turned in a soft and descending decision. Its leafy feet touched the pale water just beyond breakage of waves. It settled, shook itself open, its spoony beak cranked like a pump. Listen! Here is the white and sulky trumpet of nothing. Here is the beautiful nothing body of happy, meaningless fire, wildfire, shaking the heart. Cool. Well, guys, I'm happy everybody showed up and
Thank you, John.
for poet.
Good
Thank you,
evening.
Brenda,
Yeah,
for the
thank you,
poem.
John.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah,
John.
yeah.
Everyone have a great week.
Okay, Julie, you
too.
too. And Glenda and Barbara and Brenda. See you next week.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Likewise.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good week.
Bye.
Bye.